Being successful means waking up early, or so we're told by numerous CEOs and celebrities. But the good news is there have been quite a few studies to assess the impact of waking up early. So, first let's see what science has to say about it, and if you're still interested in doing it, I'm going to give you some top tips on how to wake up early and get the most out of your day. So recently I've been reflecting on what kind of messages we're constantly being told at the moment. For example, things like be the best, be the smartest, be the quickest, be the sharpest, break down barriers, and climb every mountain, things like these. And one of the ways that we're told to do this is to wake up every single morning at a ridiculous time so we can get ahead with tasks, so we can get ahead of our lives. But that made me think. It made me think, well, what are the health implications of doing this? Is it good for you? Is it bad for you? And like I said at the start of the video, let's look into the research first and find out what happens when you do this. And if you're still interested in doing it, I am going to go through the tips on how to wake up earlier. And if you already know all the research too, I will leave a timestamp chapter thing in the description below so you can flick ahead and go straight to the tips if you like. Now, let's look into the research. Okie dokie. So, it's said that 1 in 4 of us are early risers and another 1 in 4 of us are night risers. Now, numerous studies have shown that early risers tend to be persistent, self-directed and disciplined. They set higher goals for themselves, plan for the future and have a better sense of well-being. However, saying that, night owls tend to be less depressed, they're less likely to smoke or drink alcohol. So it's quite interesting, isn't it, what the science says? Morning people tend to achieve more academically, whereas night owls tend to have better memory, better cognitive ability, and less depression. Another interesting point is that night owls tend to be more open to new experiences, kind of seeking them out more, and also being more creative. Now, I'm gonna go back to my run, and we'll do the scenes wherever we go. See you later. Now, as we all rush to find the secret for success, it's important to remember that not all early risers are successful people, and not all late risers are unsuccessful people. There's plenty of people who are successful who are late risers too. But more importantly, correlation is not causation. And what that means is that it's not clear that if you're waking up early, it has any benefits. And look, if you're someone who naturally wakes up early, that's usually because you have biological changes such as hormonal changes and temperature changes that will naturally mean that you wake up earlier than a late riser. So what I mean by that is, if you're a night owl and you're waking up at 7 AM, your body is going to take a lot longer to adjust because it still thinks it's asleep. So you're going to feel tired, you're going to feel groggy, much more than that early riser. And research has shown, so for this example, because the night owl is forcing themselves to perform at a time that their body doesn't want to, well, they're more likely to have a lower mood and less satisfaction. Now, getting a full night's sleep and getting the same amount of sleep every single night are both very important. So for adults, it's recommended that we get 8 hours of good quality sleep every single night. And if you're sacrificing that sleep to wake up early, all you're going to be doing is you're going to be getting sleep deprivation and the negative effects that are associated with it, such as moodiness, poor concentration, weight gain, anxiety, high blood pressure, and an increased risk of cardiovascular disease. So the conclusion that I'm trying to make is that if you want to wake up early, but you're not willing to sleep earlier so you still get that 8 hours of recommended sleep per night as an adult, then don't do it, because all you're going to do is affect your health in a negative way, and your health is the most important thing. Now, genetics also plays a really important part as to whether you wake up early or you wake up late. In fact, 47% of it is expected to be inherited. So, if you're wondering why you wake up early or why you struggle to wake up early, just have a quick look at your parents and see what their sleeping habits are like. Okay, so that's the science and research bit done, and I hope you found that information helpful. Now, if you decided, actually, I don't think waking up early is for me, then great. But if you thought to yourself, actually, I still want to wake up early and I want to give it a go, then that's fine as well. But as I promised, we're going to now go through those tips. We're going to look at how you can wake up earlier and hopefully have fewer distractions. So tip number 1, the most important thing that you need to ensure is 1, you're getting good quality sleep, and 2, as an adult, you're getting at least 8 hours of sleep per night. Now, if you're wondering to yourself, Abraham, what does good quality sleep mean? Well, don't worry about it. I did a video not long ago all about how to go to sleep and things that you can do to ensure that you get good quality sleep. So if you are interested in finding out more, of Of course, I will leave a link to it up here and in the description below for you. But here's the thing, if you're thinking about sacrificing the amount of sleep that you get so that you can wake up earlier, it's a big no. Because we know from research it's going to damage your health, and we've also just discussed the research earlier on in this video. Now, the best way to begin waking up earlier is to do it slowly. So try waking up 15 minutes earlier every other day. But please remember, if you're going to be waking up 15 minutes earlier, you need to go to sleep 15 minutes earlier as well. That way you're still getting the adequate amount of sleep. Step number 2, if you want this to work, you need to stop pressing that snooze button, because when you press that snooze button, you're getting poor quality shallow sleep. And what does that mean? Well, it means you're going to be even more groggy and tired than if you woke up from the first alarm. And if you are someone who really struggles not to hit that snooze button, a good solution is to put your phone on the other side of the room, so not on your bedside table. That way you'll have to get out of bed and physically turn off that alarm, and then you're out of bed, so you're more likely to just carry on with your day then. Tip number 3, now that you're out of bed, quickly open up those curtains and make your bed. That way you're less likely to get back into it. Tip number 4, one thing that really helps me to get up and go in the morning is exercise. Now, if you've been following me on my channel for a while, you will know that I'm a very keen runner. So every morning when I wake up, I go for a run, and this really helps me get that get up and go. Exercise gets your metabolism going and it increases your alertness. Now, the beauty of it is, if you do it outside, so let's say for example running, you've got that natural light, and that natural light is going to affect your circadian rhythm, which is going to alert your body to wake up. Tip number 5. Now, once you're done with all that exercise, you're going to be all hot and sweaty, so you're going to need a shower. But when you go for your shower, if you can, try and have the water temperature slightly cooler than you usually would. And tip number 6, you need to try and maintain this schedule every single day. So please don't think to yourself, oh, it's the weekend, I can have a lie-in, because all that's gonna do, well, all that hard work that you've done to maintain this, it's gonna all go. Because all it's gonna do is gonna affect your body's natural rhythm, and it's gonna be even harder to restart it again. And that's the end of the video. I really hope that you find this information helpful. You now know all about the research to do with sleep, you know about waking up early and the research behind it, you know how to wake up early if you do decide to do it. So you're a sleep pro. Tell everyone, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your loved ones, tell everyone, you know everything. Also, if you have any of your own tips, please leave a comment below too, because I'd love to read it, and I'm sure anyone watching this video would too. Always remember you're awesome, and I will see you next week. Step, 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 step. Hey guys, thanks for watching this week's video. Make sure to click that like, follow or subscribe button now to stay up to date with new weekly videos.